UTMB Health, working together to work wonders.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. It's a tremendous honor to have you all here. This glorious day for us wouldn't be here without the community that has supported the Blocker Burn Unit. In 1947, Dr. Blocker started the first burn unit in the United States in Galveston, Eiland. He made it a center of excellence to treat burn patients from throughout the world. He brought scientists who are physiologists, nurses, physical therapists, occupational therapists from around the world to take care of burns because of the unique nature of our community, the partnership that we've had with our community. This Center of Excellence has been sustained for over 50 years. His contributions can't be understated. Those of you that know him know that he's probably with us in spirit right now and going to be very critical of what I have to say, let alone Dr. Callender. But he would have taken me privately to have explained his differences with the presentation. This unit has written thousands and thousands of articles. It has been the preeminent burn center in the United States in teaching, research, and education. We have more federal dollars and grants. We have more publications in burns. We write the textbook in burns that is used worldwide, but more importantly, the mortality and outcome statistics at this unit are the best in the United States and the Western world. And it is because of this community that this place is here today. It's because of this community that we have this brand new, beautiful facility. We've been in the top-rated areas in burns. We have a burn clinical fellowship that's trained over 200 fellows in the last 40 years that are leading burn centers and critical care centers around the world. We have one of the only centers, or the only center in the United States where critical care fellows can be trained in burn care. I especially am here to thank the foundations, the corporations, and each of you that are here and have supported us, and the community leaders that have supported us through good times and difficult times, through the hurricane, the leadership of Dr. Callender, Dr. Townsend, obviously Dr. Truman Blocker, who was my idol for so many years. Dr. Sally Abston, who was my partner, and Burke Evans, who was my partner, who just recently died. Those of you that know them perhaps feel the pain that I do at their not being here today. I thank John Kelso, president of the Seeley Smith Foundation, John Eckel, Mike Doherty, Jim Galbraith, and Jerry Peterson. They've led us a long way here, and State Representative Greg Eiland and Larry Taylor, and politicians are great. Lewis Rosen, who has recently become our mayor. All of these gentlemen have supported us for years and years and years. I see Shrub Kempner here, and I thank him for his continual leadership of this community as well. The members of the Galveston Chamber of Commerce. I need to thank Jamie Heffernan and the burn team that brought this together. And I want to be sure to advertise that the nurses of this institution have gained magnet status. And I see the great doctor from Dow Chemical coming in to help us now, and I appreciate their support. I'd also like to thank Ruth Herndon, Director in Government Public Affairs for BP, who is here. We have representatives of the oil industry throughout this room, and industry and fire safety and public safety, and the sheriff, my fellow anesthesiologist. The nurses at the University of Texas Medical Branch achieved magnet status just the other day, yesterday I believe, and the heart of the burn team are the people that take care of the patients day to day. It's the nurses, the social workers, the therapists, and it's to them I give my greatest thanks. Dr. Callender, please.
Thank you very much, David. I want to join him in welcoming everyone here today. Certainly our special guests from the Seeley Smith Foundation have been so supportive of this marvelous renovation. John Kelso will speak on their behalf in a few moments. Also need to recognize the Amon G. Carter Foundation and corporate partners, which include BP, Shell Oil Company, ConocoPhillips, Valero Energy, Marathon Oil, and Apache Corporation. Dr. Herndon, you recognize Representatives Eiland and Taylor and Mayor Rosen, also councilperson, I guess, Marie Robb is with us. Marie, thank you for being here. Chief Pareto, many others. Again, thank you all for joining us today. We're so pleased that you could take part in this ceremony. As David said, this place is world recognized for what it's done for burn patients, not only those who have been treated here, but for those who have benefited from the expertise that's been developed over the years in the Blocker Burn Unit. The team approach and continuity of care here has earned this place the distinction of being best in the world at what it does. So it seems very fitting that this beautifully equipped burn unit now is the home of such a talented team that not only is concerned about the patients that come through these doors, but patients around the world with these terrible injuries. The 6-bed unit can provide care for patients of all ages with a tub room as well as a support room for family members. And of course our teams of physicians and nurses and therapists of all kind, social workers, all come together around the needs of the individual patient to craft not only immediate plans for care, but plans for long-term recovery and return to function. UTMB is very fortunate to have this unit, this special team of caregivers, and it's actually one of only 5 burn centers in the state. I don't think Dr. Herndon mentioned that. In addition, we have marvelous programs that help support our burn patients. Those of you who are familiar with burn injuries, who have been involved with burn patients, or have friends who have been severely burned, know that these are terrible injuries, which are really difficult for patients and their families involved. The injuries involve prolonged recovery, and the significant support is needed all along the line. We have Project SOAR here, S-O-A-R, which stands for Survivors Offering Assistance in Recovery. Similar programs are offered at 49 other burn centers around the country, and basically the program consists of patients who have recovered from their injury, who stand side by side and offer assistance and advice to burn patients and their families and help them through the recovery process. I want to join David in thanking everyone who's been a part of making this burn center what it is today, getting it through this physical rehabilitation, and establishing it, maintaining it as one of the finest in the world. And I also need to thank Dr. Herndon, what an incredible man. My first experience, David is extraordinarily extraordinary. He doesn't need any leadership. He pretty much accomplishes all that he needs to accomplish on his own and leads the rest of us in the process. Just a quick story. My first real experience with David, we were committed to speak to a group in Beaumont. He was talking about burn injuries in our burn unit and our plans for the future. This was pre-Ike, and it was a kind of a cold, stormy November day. And we actually had kind of passed David along the way. I got the message he needed to come back and care for a patient, so he was running behind. Got there, and he looked a little disheveled, not too bad. He stood up and gave this marvelous presentation right at the lay level, helping people understand the challenges associated with treating burn patients and what we do to help them recover. And I spoke to him afterwards, and I said, "David, you came in a little late. Is everything okay?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, you know, I hit a big pothole in the road, and I had a flat tire, and I had to get out of my suit and change the tire, but I stopped at the truck stop and dried my clothes with the hand dryer in the bathroom and kind of washed myself up and got over. And so I made it okay. And, you know, that's just David. I mean, it doesn't matter what gets thrown in his path, whether it's commonplace or extraordinary, he handles it and moves on. So, David, again, thank you so much for your incredible leadership. Again, thank you to all for being here today, for celebrating the renovation of this unit and what it represents for burn patients here in Galveston and around the world. I'd now like to invite Mr. Kelso to come forward. John?
Thank you, Dr. Callender. On behalf of the Sealy & Smith Foundation, we are very pleased to be able to help with the funding for the renovation of this space for the blocker burn unit. We feel that this new unit is crucial to providing a specific healthcare need with all the surrounding industry in this area. It has the most modern and latest equipment available to provide advanced patient care. We are all proud of this renovated unit. It will serve the surrounding communities in this community for many years and will help keep Galveston on the map. Today I want to thank everyone who worked so hard to make this dream become a reality. Thank you.
Representative Eiland?
Well, as I said a couple of months ago now, I guess, you know, groundbreakings are really neat and necessary, but it's the ribbon cuttings that we all strive for, and that's what makes today so great. Also, it's great that you can be in the burn unit and not be sweating, because usually the room, it's all hot, and so that's what technology can do for you. I think it's important to welcome the lead city mayor, Tim Paulson, because the burn unit and UTMB are not just Galveston. We go way beyond that, and I think the 2005 explosion at BP made everybody realize not just the plants in Texas City, but the plants in Beaumont and in Brazoria County, how important it is to have people like Dr. Herndon and his team and a unit like this right here, right now. So it's a great day, and thank you for all you do, Dr. Herndon, to you and your team. And we look forward to more ribbon cutting.
Representative Taylor?
Well, I'm just honored to be here with you on such a great day. It's not often you can stand in one of the places the greatest in the world, and to have a place like this was out of action for this period of time was really a tragedy. But you know, going back to where this became into being, arose out of a tragedy. A little over 65 years ago is where this came into being. And now to have, after Hurricane Ike, another tragedy, have it rise even better than it was before, so we can continue to move forward for this state, for this area, for this industrial complex we're around, but also for the world. The research that goes on here is so important. So I look forward to seeing more advances and better treatments for the burn patients of not just this area, but for the world. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be here as part of this. And I look forward to seeing great things out of the blocker burn unit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mayor Rosen?
Thank you. This is the fun part of my job. Representing all the citizens of Galveston, this is a day of appreciation. And we want to thank Representative Taylor and Eiland for coming here and sharing this with us. Thank you very much. And we appreciate all the wonderful things that the university has done for the city of Galveston, and we want the university to know that Galveston supports the university. I want to thank you very much for having me here.
I think this proclamation rightfully belongs to Dr. Herndon. Dr. Herndon.
Thank you very much, and we do have refreshments, and hope we can all chat a little bit more. Thank you so very much.
yell at Dr. Kelso.
Yeah, that's him. Okay, you too.
Yeah.